Vitamin A you get from fish, butter. Did you know that poor diets could do something as dramatic as that?
No.
Here we have a mother and daughter duo, Janet and Tara, who weigh in at nearly half a ton. Their diet of cholesterol-crammed Chinese meals and cakes aplenty have left them both morbidly obese. They swap diets with the couple, Joanne and workaholic Keith, who have no time for food in their hectic lifestyles. With a gallery of super skinny horrors, Dr. Christian shocks them into realizing the potential dangers of their deficient diets for 5 days at his feeding clinic. This is how it went. The mum-daughter duo. Supersized 40-year-old Janet and a 21-year-old supersized daughter Tara live in Southampton with Janet's other 2 daughters. They encourage each other to fill up on food cravings, saying they dread being hungry and hate the feeling of hunger.
Chinese.
I love Chinese so much.
Toffee, chocolate, fudge, ice cream. Some of the foods we like are jelly sweets.
I like
chocolate,
cherry baked balls, crisps.
biscuits. Sometimes though, Wednesday can't wait, so we go down Monday instead.
Tara finds it hard to not eat more even when her stomach is full. Janet is fed up of this feeling and finds it ridiculous to be this fat. Janet weighs 375 pounds, which is 26 stone 11 pounds. That is an amazing 15 stone overweight. And Tara weighs 470 pounds, which is 29 stone 11 pounds. That is a terrifying 17.5 stone overweight. They are at serious risk of developing severe life-threatening diseases, with heart attack being on top of the list.
Just fed up with it. Just don't need to be this fat. It's ridiculous. I have a dread of being hungry, don't you?
Yeah, I just hate the feeling of being hungry. Even if I'm really, really full, I find it really hard not to eat more.
Janet fears dying young and missing out on the rest of her kids' lives. She wants to watch them grow up and make good memories, as she is the only parent they have.
That means you're at significant risk of developing serious health problems like circulatory disease, heart attack, stroke, diabetes.
I don't want to die young. I want to be able to see my kids grow up. Don't want to miss out on the rest of my life.
Tara claims to be the devil on the shoulder for her mum when it comes to continuing their dangerously unhealthy eating lifestyle.
I'm the bad influence, actually. Since I've really, really gained weight rapidly, devil on the shoulder.
She tears up, wondering why she does what she does with her body, while at the same time she wishes to make healthy food choices that help her perform normal life activities, like going out with friends, because she doesn't do that anymore owing to her beauty consciousness and social anxiety induced by her appearance.
If we don't lose it now, then we'll be dead. I don't know why I do it to myself.
That is what you're here to find out. Because there will be a reason.
The inseparable supersized duo enters the feeding clinic as a challenge to prove they can survive off much less food, because they don't have a choice anymore if they want to live. Weighing too low. The 33-year-old workaholic Keith is 6 foot 1 inch tall and amusingly weighs 9 stone 3 pound, which is 1.5 stone underweight. His 37-year-old partner Joanne weighs 6 stone 5 pounds, which makes her 1.5 stone underweight as well. Joanne is a single mum of 7 children with a full-time job, whereas Keith is a workaholic divorcee with 1 daughter who he visits on the weekends.
Diet seems to be the same. It's quite easy. Ham sandwich takes 2 minutes to make. Get home from work, doner kebab or a bit of fast food takeaway.
Sometimes I don't get a lot of time in the day to eat because I am so busy.
To allocate time purely just for food, no.
I generally stick to the same sort of food, tomato sandwiches for lunch, and I do eat cream crackers.
Keith and Joanne both have one thing in common, and that is having no time to eat, or rather sparing no time for a proper meal, being so focused on getting their tasks done. But when they do decide to eat, it's nothing more than a ham sandwich, which is their feast for the day, coupled by coffees. Joanne sticks to sandwiches or cream crackers and 12 cups of decaffeinated tea, whereas Keith sometimes alternates with fast food and energy drinks.
I think you probably describe me as a caffeine addict, actually. If I'm hungry, I'll have a coffee or I'll have an energy drink. So then hunger does sort of...
I drink about 12 cups on average a day, and I thoroughly enjoy all of them.
Their diet includes a vast amount of caffeine, which is also termed as an appetite suppressant. In a conversation with Dr. Christian, Joanne said her unhealthy lifestyle started after her divorce 7 years back, when she became a single mum of 7 kids overnight. That's when she ignored herself and focused on her house and kids. Keith went through similar circumstances, wherein after his breakup he buried himself in his work to keep him distracted from overwhelming emotions.
Become a single mum to 7 children overnight, and I guess mine's due to my marriage breakdown about 7 years ago.
Had a breakup in a relationship, baby daughter, out of emotions go from head. I do it work all the time.
Keith, however, enjoys food while Joanne is not fond of it. The initial meeting. When the supersized mother-daughter duo meet the Superskinny couple, they were worlds apart. Each shocked yet amazed at the other's appearance. Joanne said she felt like a sparrow, and Tara said she felt enormous.
All your bones are sticking out.
Words can't describe.
I felt like a sparrow.
Incredible.
Oh, it's going to be a really tough week.
Really tough.
Really tough.
The first food face-off begins at supper time, where the Superskinny couple gets Tara and Janet's wholesome Chinese platter, filled with rice, noodles, chicken, and heavy strawberry ice cream scoops on waffles for dessert, whereas the supersized duo gets coffee and cream crackers. Tara and Janet express their mutual dislike for coffee. Keith and Joanne enjoy their meal. However, minutes later, they're truly beaten, unable to finish even a quarter of their plates.
Wow, it's really big. Okay.
I'm quite worried because I never have coffee. I don't like coffee.
But this is nice, by the way. It is nice.
Will you please shut up?
Would you like some? Yes, but
Maybe it is.
not on this occasion.
It's time for round 2, breakfast, towards which Janet and Tara are not really looking forward to dreading their anticipated coffee and tea for breakfast, which they did get, but with one of Keith's energy drinks this time. The Superskinny couple is already overwhelmed on the heavy breakfast they'll be having, and that too for the first time in ages. Turns out Keith got pancakes with potato nash, while Joanne got egg muffins and hash browns. During the food face-off, Joanne admitted she's actually looking forward to gaining weight and maintaining an attractive body, unlike her present one. The caffeine-addicted Keith finishes breakfast, admitting he didn't think he'd get hungry this quickly.
no, I'm hoping to put on a bit of weight. I'm hoping to get some curves and some boobs and hips. And, do you know what I mean? It'd be good. Would you like some of mine?
No. Thanks for the same.
I'm really impressed that you managed to eat all that, actually.
Joanne says she feels greasy and sick on the inside, while Keith says he feels perfectly fine. The supersized duo still feels alert and fulfilled after their liquid breakfast, as they would call it.
I don't think I've ever had a liquid breakfast.
Nor have I. No, not out of choice anyway.
Doctor intervention. Dr. Christian encouraged both the duos to sit together and dig deep in their past to trace the roots of their present eating choices. Keith and Tara sat down with their childhood photo albums. Keith gradually came to terms where his problems lie while skimming through his picture as a teenager, where he was healthy then, to the last picture taken with his ex-fiancée and daughter. After which their breakup followed, and he realized things went south then, as he couldn't handle the loss of losing the 2 most precious girls in his life.
Just after a year this picture was taken, okay, is when our dancer hit.
Thin here, but I think you look a lot thinner now.
You lost the most precious 2 girls in your life, and that is when that's the last part.
Tara also finds answers in photographs. Looking at her photos as a toddler, she recalled how she never actually felt happy, and how it was a rocky road onwards after her father's death. She took on the responsibility to be there and put her mother first. That's where the stress eating and the comfort eating began. Round 3. Moving on to round 3, where a colossal Chinese meal awaits the Superskinny couple, while the supersized duo has doner kebab and vegetables. Keith and Tara seem to be doing fine, but for the 2 mothers at the table, eating out of their comfort zone is becoming less of a joke. The supersized mum Janet questions the superskinny mum Joanne if this is what she feeds her kids. On answering the question, Joanne realizes she never put herself first. She felt like she never needed it. Joanne ends face-off with a vomit, while Keith fully embraces a swap. In fact, he's already a changed man. Janet reluctantly gulps down her coffee and vegetables, while Tara calmly finishes her doner kebab and decaffeinated tea. Dr. Christian has a meeting with the Superskinny couple, where he walks them through a series of medical diseases and physical impairment caused by malnutrition, such as a diet lacking vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, and so on. That is a turning point for Joanne, which leads to the progress she shows in the next face-off at dinner.
And they're completely blind because they're deficient in vitamin A. This person is probably completely blind. Vitamin A you get from fish, butter. Did you know that poor diets could do something as dramatic as that?
No.
Dr. Christian is now concerned about the Supersize duo's attitude, which lacks motivation and responsibility for changing their eating habits. He shows the duo a video of a woman they interviewed who weighs 41 stones and is therefore not capable of doing anything for herself, be it as simple as walking from one room to another. She is completely dependent on her mother for everything. The video ends where the woman addresses Janet and Tara by their names, saying that they're at a point in their lives where they can actually do something to save themselves from ending up as helpless and miserable as her.
Okay, Janet and Tara, you're at a point right now that you can actually do something. I got really sick. I'm very sick. I don't want that to happen to you.
Seeing that, I feel that I've caused her to be like that.
Janet tears up, scared and guilty for letting herself and Tara go down the unhealthy route. To ensure the message stays with Janet and Tara, Dr. Christian plans to send them to the USA and spend a day with the 41 stones heavy woman they saw in the video to know what it's like to live like that. It has a life-changing impact on the duo. Both the duos finally have a last food face-off, where the duos show noticeable progress and motivation to adopt a better eating lifestyle. Keith decides to quit coffee and energy drinks, and the mother-daughter duo have realized that they're capable of surviving on much less than the unnecessarily big portions they were taking. The aftermath. After 11 weeks, the duos return to be assessed and reweighed by Dr. Christian. The supersized Janet and Tara have engaged themselves in physical exercises such as swimming, jogging, and reduced their food consumption, resulting in losing some weight. The super skinny couple has gained some weight, leaving behind coffee completely and eating as ought to. Keith has left his energy drinks, and Joanne's kids have noticed their mum being more energetic and being with them on each meal. The duos, after looking at their progress, are more motivated than ever to continue their new lifestyle for a secure and healthy future.
You've gained 7 pounds.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah. You've put on a stone.
Wow!
You've put on a stone. And that's what you've gone and lost. 2 stone, 10 pounds. Oh, you're going to cry again. 3 stone, 1 pound you've lost.
That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.